What's up, y'all? I'm Dee with Metro Vibes, and today we're going to be vibing out with Miss DollyBills.
Hey Metro Vibes, welcome to my studio.
So can you tell us, how did you start vibing with art? I see you have this piece right here. It's really, really nice. RIP to the late, great Nipsey Hussle. So how did you get started into art? Like, how did that start for you?
I started out drawing, sketching on paper first, and then eventually, like, I just got tired. Like, in art, there's so many different mediums that you can play with, and so I began with acrylic, which is a little different than what I'm doing on this piece.
Okay.
And then lately, I've been into oil. That's what this piece is.
This is an oil painting?
Yes.
Okay, cool, cool. Did you, so when did you start getting into oil paintings and stuff like that?
About 6 months ago. The first piece that I did like that was Roddy Rich.
Oh, I love this one. What about this one? So this doesn't look like
Yes.
oil. I don't know. I'm not the artist. You are.
Key Glock.
Is this oil or is this acrylic?
Yes, this is also oil.
This is oil too. Okay, so what makes it so shiny like that? Is that just the acrylic or?
Oh, I poured like something over this so it protects the artwork. So a lot of artwork, like, it'll collect dust and it'll ruin the painting. So I haven't gone over the Roddy Rich yet because I'm gonna touch some pieces up on that. But like, that protects the artwork, so that's covered on there.
I love it. I see that a lot of your artwork is inspired by hip hop.
Yes.
So what's your favorite album? What are you listening to right now?
A lot of Future, a lot of Lil
Shout out to
Durk,
Future.
a lot of Pooh Shiesty. Really, like, the people that I go and link with is the same people that I listen to. Like, it's just a plus that I get to link with them. Like, I'm a real life fan before I like get to do stuff. That's why it's so cool, because when I meet them and they tell me that they like my stuff, I'm like, I'm a fan of you, and they're like, well, I'm a fan of you. So it's cool meeting people like that.
Okay, so let's talk about your name, DollyBills. Where did your name come from?
So I actually went by a name Dolph, like, for a long time. So a lot of people, like, they know me by that name. And when that was my name, I was in a group chat with a lot of other creatives from Arlington. So like Rob 5 Times, Kamar, Glow Up Matt, a lot of different people. And they would call me Dolly. Like, I don't know, it slipped from one person and then everybody just started calling me Dolly. And, you know, I'm about my money, so I added the bills at the end just to, like, spice it up and give it some personality. But yeah, they're kind of who gave me my name.
This is very creative, very different. I like that. I don't know too many Dollies, so it's different DollyBills. Yeah. All right, so I was lurking on your Instagram and I saw that you said you finished your way into a Future concert, but not only finished your way in, you finished your way backstage. Can you tell me that story, please?
Yes, so actually that day I had bought a ticket to get into the venue, a VIP ticket, but I had a really large painting with me. It was a 36 by 48. It's like this high.
Way bigger than that.
Way bigger. It's like, if I stand behind it, you can only see my head.
Okay.
And so they told me I couldn't come in because the painting was too big. And so they were like, you can check it into a hotel and come back. But I was going because I wanted him to have the painting. Yeah. Like, there was no point in me just going in there.
Right.
So then I found out that one of my homeboys was doing a set, like, earlier in the day, and so, because it was like a long festival type thing, and so I asked him, could you possibly get this through the artist entrance, and I'm gonna come through, like, where I can use my ticket or whatever. And he was like, okay, bet, I got you. So I waited outside the venue for like 3 hours while his set finished. And then I got to go in. Yeah. And then, like, even after I got in, like, security already knew who I was because I caused a problem trying to get in or whatever, you know. And so I was walking around with it. Like, he's 6'7", so it looked kind of small when he's carrying it. But when I'm carrying it, I'm 5 foot. So people looking at me. So I asked him, like, can you carry it? So he like finessed my way backstage, and it was at a football stadium. So backstage was like a locker room.
Okay.
So we're all in there, and somebody comes in there and is like, hey, police is coming. After, like, I've been there for like 5 minutes, somebody come in there and say, hey, police is coming. And of course there's people in there rolling up, doing all types of stuff.
Chilling.
Yeah, so they clear the room out. And I'm like, I can't go nowhere. I don't got a backstage pass. If I leave, like, I'm not coming back here again. So there was like a bathroom that was attached. I literally went and I hid in the bathroom because I couldn't leave.
Smart.
Like, I was like in there at like 6 o'clock, and Future wasn't set to perform until 11.
Right.
And so I was in there, like, hiding for a long time, and then, like, police ended up coming in there and finding me eventually.
They found me.
Yeah, like a couple of hours later, I think, like, it was 2 artists that had got into it, and so they were trying to, like, clear certain places of the venue out.
Right.
And so they came in there trying to see if anybody was in there, and they were like, were you in here by yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And I just ran out. I was like, don't ask me no more questions, I gotta go. And I ran out, and then I ran into security at the end of the hall, and I asked him, I was like, can I just wait right here, because I'm trying to give him this painting? He was like, yeah, but if he doesn't come, like, you're gonna have to go out there. I was like, all right, bet. So
well, shout out to that security guard for even letting you do
that. But Future, big time, had his own entrance, all this stuff. So after he came in the building, like, all of the area that we had access to was cut off, and like he was in a separate part, like where nobody was allowed to be. And so I like literally, he's on the other side of this backdrop that the security guard is standing in front of, but if somebody happened to walk out of there, like, that's how I'll be able to meet him. But then nobody came, and I hear him start performing, and I was like, oh no, like, this is my chance, you know? So I literally grabbed the painting and I held it over my head, and I ran out onto the field, and I was like, you know, I got to get it to him. And he's performing, and like a security lady came and she tapped on me, and she's like, you're not allowed to have that, like, you're blocking people's views, this and that. And it's a girl next to me.
You're just like,
yeah, it's a girl next to me, and she's like, you made that? I was like, yeah. She was like, put it up then. She was like, forget the security guard, you know? So she helped me. Like, she was super tall too, so she holding it up, like, me and Future, like, making eye contact and everything, but he's not finna grab it, like, he's performing, you know? So then, like, while I was hiding in the bathroom, there was somebody that had came in there, and he needed a charger. And so I let him take my charger, but I didn't know who that was. And he had a backstage pass. And so I saw him, like, standing next to the stage, and I told him, I was like, hey, I need my charger back. And you need to get me backstage because I see you back there. And so he kind of made that happen for me. But even after I got back there, they told me, like, oh, come back tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow. I was like, Future's here right now. You think I'm gonna come back tomorrow? I was like, I could reach my hand out and touch him. Like, don't tell me that.
Now or never.
Yeah, and then Future actually got out the car. Like, I had got backstage, but they had already jumped in their car by the time I got back there. So he saw me and he got out the car for me. And then I had told them, like, I won't take a picture or nothing, because security was already kind of upset. Yeah. And so he actually asked me if I wanted to take a picture with him.
That's dope.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah. And then, yeah.
And I also said that he reposted too, right?
Yeah.
To his story. Was that like the first big artist to ever like repost your work?
Gunna was really like the first one. I had met Gunna a month earlier. Okay. So this was literally like a month later. And then 1 month after that, I went to a Young Thug concert, and I made some Air Force Ones, and he posted those as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love when artists like acknowledge, you know, their fans and people that, you know, actually create things for them. So that's really dope. All right, so you're an artist. You paint, you draw. Is there anything else that you do that's artsy or creative? Because I see we have this sewing machine here. So do you sew as well and design clothes? And
yeah, I do a little bit of everything. So I design clothes. I use this machine specifically to stitch on sneakers. I do embroidery as well. I make patches to put on sneakers as well. So just literally a little bit of everything. I do photography. So
photography. Okay, so do you do more photography now, or is it like more so all about your art right now?
More so all about my art right now. Like, I think painting and really like taking nothing and turning it into something, that's like my love. Like, that's what I love to do. Okay. So this is a special sewing machine that I ordered from Switzerland. It's from like the early 1900s, and it's designed specifically for you to be able to fit a shoe underneath here so that you can patch it up. Most sewing machines can't fit a sneaker underneath there. But yeah, it's really hard to find nowadays. They don't even make this machine anymore. So
I know all creatives have, like, you know, they have to set the tone, set the mood for them to be able to create. So how do you vibe? So what do you need to do to be able to vibe and create your artwork?
Number one, I gotta have my music blasting. Like, I think that's one thing that when I'm listening to it, like, the music gives me the energy, like, it sets the tone for what I'm gonna paint. So like, if I'm listening to something, like, I'm going hard, then like I'm over there painting, and I'm really like, I'm moving like to the pace of the music, you know. So it helps me move. I'll move fast paced, like, by the time the album over, like, and I like to sit there and listen to things in their entirety. So like, once I reach the end of the album, I might be done with the piece, and I didn't even realize like how fast I was moving.
That's what's up. So you're not like painting in silence or anything like that. Do you have like a playlist that you create? Like, okay, I have a playlist. This is my, like, my mood playlist that I'm gonna vibe to while I create.
Yeah, and it has every single album that Future's ever dropped and every single album Lil Durk ever dropped, and it's literally the two of them, like, that's mixed in it. Like, those are my top two artists that I really like to listen to. So
that's what's up. This is my little Future too. I want to take a look at this piece you have here.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about this or
right
what direction
now.
you're gonna go into?
Yes, I'm blacking this out right now because I have a black backboard and basketball hoop as well, but I have an event coming up next Friday, and it is my first art show, my first birthday celebration and art show as well. So I'm turning 23, it's my Jordan year.
Okay.
So I'm doing a Jordan theme art show, and so I'm gonna have a lot of basketball themed stuff, a lot of sneaker related pieces and things like that.
I like that. So you just said your first birthday celebration.
Yes.
What do you mean by your first birthday celebration?
So I'm really like a shy person. I haven't done many birthday celebrations. I've never really had a birthday dinner or a sweet 16 or anything like that. Yes. Like when I was younger, my mom and dad did stuff for me, but I was like a little kid. That was like family members coming over and stuff like that. So this really gonna be like my first thing to turn up.
That's what's up. So you said it's gonna be like your art exhibit. Are people gonna be able to buy your art?
Yes.
When they come, or what can they expect?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole new collection for sale. I'm gonna have stickers, merchandise, a whole bunch of stuff, like unseen things that are not on my Instagram right now.
That's what's up. So I want to talk about your merch. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, so this is a new line that I'm dropping. It's called Dolly. And it's literally just a whole bunch of, it's gonna have more pieces that are just inspired by my name and stuff like that, but I really want to leave like my footprint also in the art world, in the fashion world, because art, fashion, music, they all kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
And so music and art, I kind of got that unlocked, so I had to get the fashion in there as well.
So are people able to purchase these now?
Yes, I have them available on my website, DollyBills.com.
I heard it. All right, so do you have any artists that have inspired you?
Yes, so I'm really big on Takashi Murakami and Kaz. They're probably like two of my favorites. So even when I do sneakers, I like to have themes for my sneakers. So I'll add little props here and there. So there's some really colorful sneakers that I make, and I use these Takashi Murakami flowers.
Oh, those are dope.
Yes, and little things like this are just kind of like what set my sneakers apart, because I really like know what I'm inspired by. So like I know that he's really big on these, so if I do a shoe by him or a theme by him, I include like little things like that.
I love how you like are very detailed about your work. I was looking at this piece over here. I was looking at this blank canvas right here. Can you tell us a little bit about this or what you're gonna do with this piece right here?
So that is a Bear Brick, and that's like a toy company. A lot of graffiti artists and different people, like they do stuff on there. That's something that's inspired by Cause, and I'm actually working on that for Akon and his manager. They're opening a dispensary out in Oklahoma, and I'm gonna take that to them when I go out there.
That's big. That is huge. You have actually like a lot of artwork in here, and one that I'm looking at now is your favorite artist, and I'm actually scared to pick it up. Can I pick it up?
Yes,
I'm just scared. I'm gonna be real careful. I know, but we can
because I think this thing like pops out of this.
Could you explain this to us? This is really, really dope.
Yes, so when I was working on Future, he's a big like he's a big rapper, but he's also big in the fashion industry. Like people look at him for his clothes, and so I took some of the brands that he talks about in his raps a lot and put them down here. Future, he's one of my favorite rappers because he mentions Pakistan in a lot of his songs, and I'm from Pakistan.
That's
so when I met him, I told him, I was like, I'm from Pakistan too, and then I just walked off and he was like, you don't want to take a picture? I was like, yeah, I do.
You know what? Actually, I do want a picture. So would you ever sell this one, or is this like a personal item or a personal piece?
This I think I'm gonna keep for myself.
Keep it,
yeah,
okay.
Just because I needed something, since I let him have the original, I needed something to like remind me of what I did.
How do you determine if you're gonna keep something or give it away?
Now I like to keep all of them because I know what they're worth. But in the beginning, like really, if it's a rapper or somebody that I really look up to, like Future, I knew no matter what, I was gonna let him keep it because I wanted to be able to say like my favorite artist has a piece by me, right? Like, you know, right? So people that I really look up to, I want them to have my stuff.
I love it. This is actually a dope piece.
Thank you.
Got a little Future, and you see all the details, the designers and stuff. It's dope.
Yeah, like every single piece of drip is a different designer.
Oh yeah, it's dripping in the back. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Like it's Chanel, then it's Supreme, Louis V, Comme des Garçons, Fear of God, Antisocial Club, Givenchy, Balmain.
That's what's up. Love it. All right. As a female creative in this industry, what challenges have you faced?
I think one of the main things would be like men especially like men in places of power, trying to ask for things for free, or like thinking that they just gonna get something for free because of who they are. Like at the same time, like they want to be paid for their craft. Right. I want to be paid for my craft. Like if you wouldn't do a verse for free, I ain't making some Air Force Ones for free. So I think that's probably like my main thing.
How do you like deal with that though when they do hints that they want it for free or something like that? How do you respond to that? Or you just
I send them a link to my website where they can purchase the shoe.
I like that response.
Because if somebody really wants something, like they gonna get it. Like it's a lot of rappers who are very like respectful, like CJ Kasino, Fredo Bang, Splurge. Like these are all people that never ask for free stuff, and so it's cool. Like, and even Gunna, like I made him something for free and he still like paid me. So it's like, you know, people that want to show love and appreciation, they gonna pay for what they want.
I love that. I love that. So where do you see your art in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
I see myself becoming a household name like Cause or Takashi Murakami. I feel like my art is going more towards galleries. Like I've been pushing the Air Force Ones, but I've also been into my original artwork as well. So I think that'll help put me in a position where I can establish my own identity to where people can see my artwork and say, hey, I know Dolly did that, you know.
Dolly, what does your art mean to you?
I want for my art to reflect self-expression, like everything that is coming together for me. So like I come from two vastly contrasting worlds, like me being Muslim and my parents being Pakistani and coming straight from Pakistan, and then me, like I've lived and grown up in America my whole life, and so it's like two worlds coming together, and my art is kind of like how I make sense of it all.
I love that. So speaking of these two worlds, has your art traveled? Do you think people like all over the world or people in different countries have seen your art?
Yeah, because I have family back in Pakistan, so I know that they've seen my stuff out there, and I've traveled here and there. So I get stickers and I write my name and I place them up in different spots. So people like that visit the Eiffel Tower, sometimes they'll see my stickers around the Eiffel Tower and they'll tag me. So I'll know like it's people keeping up with my stuff.
It's kind of like leaving your footprint too. So
yeah,
it's dope. I love that. Thank you so much, Dolly, for vibing with Metro Vibes today. We learned so much. I learned so much about your art, your pieces. I really do love it. Can you tell our people out there where they can follow you or where they can purchase your artwork?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at DollyBills or on the internet at DollyBills.com.
All right.
Thank y'all for having me.
No, thank you for having us, vibing with us today.